the stogie smoking triple threat, Mr. Charles Goonan. How are you?
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You gotta
Live.
you look a little stressed. I want you to relax a little bit over there.
All right. Yeah, I'm getting a little excited. You know what it is Bosie's head looks so much like a penis. I didn't know what was going on here.
Uh-oh. Somebody went all Cobra Kai this week, huh?
Oh
I
yeah.
saw that show. It was originally for free on YouTube
Yes.
before it became a Netflix show. It's actually a pretty good show.
I haven't watched it.
Is it though? Is it?
Did you
I
watch
think it's
it,
a pretty
Bosie?
good show.
I just find that it's definitely two 50-year-olds that definitely sat there and said, "Hey, listen, we're not getting booked for anything else. Let's revive something from the '80s that people might want to have it regurgitate back into their mouth a little bit."
I like the fact that it's a show where those two guys, like you said, are like 50-year-old guys trying to revive their careers. But Ralph Macchio is the Sinatra of the group. Like, you know, in this little world, he's the guy who's like, screw you. I'm Ralph Macchio. You're only known as the guy who tried to hit Ralph Macchio.
Oh man.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, like I think the only thing that held him over until this came about was My Cousin Vinny.
And Back to School. Wasn't he in? No, I'm talking about the other dude. The other dude was in Back to School. Isn't that Van Patten or whatever his name is?
No, the other movie he was in was Jesus.
Yeah, he was the diver. He was one of the diver kids on. He's a Jericho on the diving team.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's right. Yes.
He was always a villain. I'm outside. I'm waving to neighbors, by the way.
Nice.
So, but yeah, no, like I said, I just got done. I got to watch this pre everyone getting excited and creaming in their pants when it came to Netflix. And everyone's like, ooh, Cobra Kai, quickly, let's break out our our 80s DVDs or video cassettes or whatever the hell we want to go ahead and watch to remember the fact that people from the 80s watched, movies that had a point, they had some sort of storyline, movies that were like, something that taught something of self-confidence or any sort of self-tip to make your life a little bit better. But now it's like we're trying to regurgitate all this stuff back up from the 80s. It's like, quickly, let's see if none of these other characters that are barely alive, let's bring them back. Let's bring up, and then what was it? We had John Kreese, whoever that actor is. He's been in a few movies, but I was like, great. He has Botox and he was rescued from a hospice. Really?
Your head is blending into the green screen of those two fellas. You look like Jim Norton without the looks.
Hold on. Let's see if I can. Wait. We'll go.
Hey,
There
Bose.
we go.
There he goes. Look, his head is disappearing. Parts of his head are disappearing.
Hey, Bose.
Look at that.
Yes.
When you get a sec, can you share the show to Mr. Goonan?
Everywhere?
But to him so he can get.
Mr.
he
Goonan,
wants to
yes.
share
I could probably find it now. It's probably if it's up there, I could get it. I'm
So anyway, you guys have a good week.
Happy Tuesday.
I had a terrific week. I don't know about Mr. Goonan. I love when you want to know what? My week is good when I see a post from Charles and he's just happy-go-lucky and he's out there going like, people of Earth, it is I, the great Goonan, and I'm here to go ahead and tell you about these wonderful things. I'm going to go ahead and sing and go into song, but here it is anyway. It's like he forces his happiness onto you and you have no choice but to be happy.
It's
you
COVID
gotta
times.
enjoy it.
It's COVID times, man. It's better than It's better than listening to people talk about Trump and Biden all friggin' day. Eesh.
True.
Was that your impression of me? Was that your vocal impression of me?
I've been known at times to go ahead and have a little bit of a, Goonan slip out and everything.
Wow.
It's like Bing Crosby meets the 20th century. The
Really?
21st century.
Well, let's see. Wait, Bose. Give me your best Goonan. Take a deep breath and give me your best one, and then I want to see. Let's see how close this is.
Okay, hold on. Let's see here.
Just don't sing.
I definitely have no singing voice. I am.
That never stopped me.
Yeah. Jesus Christ! Everything's going off and buzzing. Share the show, and now my thing's going off.
Share the show. Jesus Christ, everything's going. Gee, I told my kids. I'm doing my Jeff Bosey.
Yeah.
Oh, I love when he was
Right.
on the show. When I was the judge on the show, the other show, the Don Sill show. when
What
he was
show?
on there.
Wait. Let's talk slowly about this. Do you mean Pazuzu?
Yes, Pazuzu.
Oh,
Yeah.
When I was on there, what I found the most delightful about him was that so you talk about my voice. I think Bosie, I told you this when we were talking on the phone the other day, that I think Bosie has a voice too, that is like a very particular type of voice. And his is opposite. Like he said, I'm forcing happiness on people. I think Bosie is forcing you to realize how much he has resigned himself to the end of all happiness. There is a joke he did in the show that I don't even remember the punchline to.
Nobody
but
does.
I liked the setup so much. The setup was like, so I took my kids to the zoo. And that's all I needed to hear because he was so unhappy about it.
Well, first of all, I appreciate you trying to, say that he had a punchline to that joke, but he doesn't.
I don't remember the punchline.
He just sets him up.
I don't remember the punchline.
Bose, where's it? Let's hear it.
Yes.
Come on, man. Let's hear your Mr. Goonan.
It's hard when you get put on the spot and you got such a celebrity in front of you. It's like you have to go ahead and I try to go ahead and I try to make everything as nice and mellow as possible.
All right. If you were walking into a deli to order a sandwich as Mr. Goonan, how would you do it?
Why don't you just go ahead and slap that on 2 pieces of bread and then call me Nancy? By the way, my name's not Nancy.
Wow, call me Nancy. I was with you till you did the gay reference. I was with you till you made me a homo. Wow.
I'll go ahead and then, but meanwhile, you can go ahead and you can visit me all here in my Hershey Parkway. I mean Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, let's talk about this.
You're right. You're right. He doesn't have punchlines.
No,
you're right about not having punchlines.
It doesn't stop him. Just he just keeps going. But one day he's going to rattle off a punchline and people are going to be stunned.
It will be the joke that made the world stop in tears.
I think he's gonna have a great punchline, but whoever he's in competition with is gonna have 10 extra points automatically added to their scorecard.
Wait,
so he's gonna lose anyway.
Was he judging the night you lost, Jeff?
Yes.
Yes, he was. And I love. See, my whole thing was the prequel to the big wonderful point of where I've lost my dignity was he says. And if somebody goes ahead and they get me a cigar, I'll give them some extra points on the side. And then I went ahead. I was like, I went ahead and I purchased a cigar, but I reluctantly made myself wait till the very end.
You gave it to me later.
I gave it to him at the end of the show, just to show a sign of good faith. Because you want to know what? I'm a decent person. I don't need to buy my way to the top.
Oh,
well,
you're just a wildflower.
Have you reconsidered your strategy?
Yes, next time I'm going to make sure I get him like one of those boxes filled with cigars.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Well, I voted for him. I voted for him to win. So they didn't really need to do that.
So you were the other guy. Oh, yeah.
I was the one guy. Yeah, I was the one guy because of how unhappy he was about taking his kids to the zoo.
Well, you heard that my family they voted for the other person.
Yeah, well, that's understandable. They know you.
Well, yes.
And
so they have to go with me.
They've been waiting years for a punchline. I mean, you got to be fair with them,
So, are you listening to like comic instructions on those headphones? What are you listening
to? Like I said, every now and again, I'm making sure that purchase jokes come through here, and imagine you just get the punchlines to get to the other side, to hold up his pants. I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to the duck. My God.
Well, it wouldn't hurt his act. Let's just say, it could.
Aren't we using the word act rather loosely here?
Yeah. So Mr. Goonan, we touched on this a little bit yesterday, but I figured we'd wait till we had the Bosie Man with us. You're a lifelong, born and raised Brooklynite who's now suddenly in the witness relocation program outside of Hershey, Pennsylvania.
That's right. You see, here's the thing. I'm going to tell you now exclusively. You could, and I'm not worried that anyone's watching, so no one. I won't give away my identity.
There's 12 people.
Oh, more. Okay.
Okay. Well, so you have relatives. Look. So I wasn't originally gonna, I said something about Epstein is what happened. Not Jeffrey Epstein, Donald Epstein, my dentist. Because that son of a bitch wanted to charge me $30 extra for fluoride. So I said he was a molester. And now I'm in the witness protection program. And my name is not Charles Goonan anymore. My real name now is Balls Boonin. Don't know him.
Very original, very well thought out.
They'll never crack that code. There's no way. You're safe.
I'm safe. I'm safe. And people don't realize what it is I part my hair on the other side now. So totally different person.
Oh, like Jeff.
And these are Dutch Masters instead of White Owls. So
Hey,
I'll
Bose,
show that.
what side you part on now, Bose?
No part. It's this is the what I call the poor man's haircut, where you go ahead, you tell the barber, yeah, just number 2. Are you sure? I was like,
number
yes.
2 is
Number
right.
2, it looks like
Two.
shit. Yeah.
Yes.
It looks like number 2.
Exactly. And
You look like Curly with AIDS.
I would have thought like more of like, Curly after the hospice,
Curly starring in Philadelphia too.
Yeah, Curly starring in Philadelphia. That makes you a homo.
Hey, Bose, your kids gave you a better haircut.
That's true. That's very true. Listen, what do you want? It's $6. What do you want? What do you want from me?
You still paid too much.
And wait, listen. It was $6.
Is it $6 in a row?
And
$6.
and a hand to boot. You got it. Hey, listen. The barber takes care of me. I got to take care of him. You do what you got to do.
Wow.
So because we all can't be like how Rich is, and he gets a haircut every single week, and he spends $45 to cut the 2 extra strands that grew longer.
2 weeks.
Doesn't matter. It's still like it shouldn't be done. At least a month. Goonan, how often do you get your hair styled?
Every day.
My haircut. Actually, I'm due for a haircut. My hair looks I have it combed, so you can't tell. But I'm due for a haircut. The last time I had a haircut was about a month before I left. So in June was the last time I had a haircut because everything was shut down in Brooklyn. So it's actually much longer in the back, but I'm not showing that to you. So, you're not going to see that.
Damn it.
Oh, hey, Bose,
business
let me
call.
get that.
Yes, get that.
Mr. McFeely. Need delivery. His hot plate is ready.
Oh my!
What is that?
This is
What the hell is that?
so professional. So either way,
He has an easy bake oven in the back there.
So you went ahead. You moved all the way out to the wonderful state of Pennsylvania. And now, what are you doing out there as far as prospects? As far as like, is there anything going on with entertainment or anything whatsoever out there?
Right. Every night I do a Zoom where I masturbate to pornography and show people how it's done.
Well, listen, I do the same thing back in New York. I just figured things were different in another state.
You're
but
not monetizing like a smart person. I'm monetizing. If I had a dime for every time I stain the carpet, I would just use that money to buy more carpet and stain it again. It's the type of fella I am.
Listen, everybody, we have.
I love to have a nice, classy show, by the way.
No rhyme, no reason. just
I know
go
that-
at it.
I know Rich mentioned earlier we have Charles Goonan on with us, but I get such a kick out of it. He's so quick and so quip with comebacks and snappy lines, and his mind it just keeps on going, and I'm really amazed by it. But like I said, and it comes out also with a little self-righteousness whenever something happens. I was, well, it's because of me that the earth goes around. I mean,
Isn't it?
So.
Are you trying to say, do you have proof that it's not? That's fake news. By the way, your head keeps disappearing on the sides of Ralph Macchio and the dude from Back to School. So like there's pieces of your head gone away. Look at that.
And you never look so good.
Listen, nobody wants to look at me, whether it's I'm fading away or in person. They just rather put it like one of those bags over my head or,
That's not true. You're one industrial accident away from being a handsome guy.
I'm one sawzall away of going ahead and counting to 9.
You're one telethon to getting a good hat.
It is.
Where is the hat? I have a hat I was going to put on. No, your fedora. Look, you put a green hat on that you can't see. You put a hat on, put it back on. You can't see that hat.
His head
Look at that.
disappeared.
Look at that. Look at that. He's invisible.
It's
Look at
Claude Rains. Look at him. He's gone. He's out.
Claude Rain.
He's done.
It's the Invisible Man.
Let's bring up a thing. So I'm not
So, Mr. Goonan, I
Yeah.
wanted to ask you here. Now, so we covered the fact that you were a Brooklyn guy your whole life, and now you're a PA guy.
Yeah.
But
For now.
a lot of similarities. You know, I wanted to know if you can distinguish between a Brooklyn Orthodox Jewish man and a Pennsylvania Amish guy.
Yes. The
How?
difference is the subway. There's no difference. The subway. The Jew takes the subway. I've always said that. You take a Hasidic and he's basically a Mennonite with curls. That's all he is. And he doesn't eat ham. That's it. That's the difference. I haven't
Okay.
run into any Jews yet, but I will need legal representation before the night is through.
So that's the only difference. You think if you lifted a Orthodox guy to Amish country or vice versa, it's ham, and then the great equalizer would be ham in the subway.
The radio equalizer is ham and the subway. That's
Now, to be fair, if you think about it, the Amish would go ahead and start at 5 a.m. and put on all that hard labor and raise a barn before noon. Now, if you went ahead and you had a Hasidic, wouldn't he need to have hired day laborers?
Yeah, he's going to hire the Amish to do that. You know, sometimes the Amish do come all the way to New York and do stuff like that. You'll see them
Okay.
Slowly though, on a horse and buggy.
and in Jewish neighborhoods, because I always lived in Jewish neighborhoods, by the way. And I'd go like, who the hell is this? This is a Mennonite. And I knew because they didn't have the what you call it, yamachal. They didn't have the yarmulke. And I was like, what is that? And they're like, yeah, that's an Amish guy. He came from Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania is very different out here. In Brooklyn and in New York, it's like a virtue to hurry. If you go to the deli, it's a virtue to say, give me a pound of cheese, give me a pound of turkey, let's go, come on. Here you go. Like even today, I went and got like some cheese and stuff. And the lady's like, okay, I'll go get it for you. And I'm like already mad, and I'm calling a cunt in my head, and I don't want to do that, but I'm just mad. Like, and this is an old lady, but she shouldn't be around me. And she's going all the way, and it's not that far. It's 10 feet maybe to the turkey. She goes get the turkey. Oh, since she's talking to me, and they talk to you, and they're nice here in a way that in Brooklyn you wouldn't like that. You walk down the street, people go, "How are you?" And my instinct is going, "What business is that of yours?" I'm however I want to be. You go across the street, a car stops for you, and the guy goes, go ahead. And that's nice. But my instinct is to go, I'll go when I want to go, you motherfucker. You mother. You know? And they're being nice, but I'm talking about the mother. And I don't mean to, but what
So,
Nice.
so now has this gone ahead and has this changed the way that you come off on people these days lately? Like, have you changed your demeanor now, considering that you've been there for at least about a month? So now have you settled into the point of where now if you came back to New York and someone did the same thing, would you sit there and go like, oh, I'm sorry? Or would you sit?
Oh, you
yeah,
think a month
that's all
and
I
he's
do now.
institutionalized?
Sure. All I do is I churn butter. I eat Hershey chocolate.
Watch
And
Witness.
I say, I watch Witness. I watch Witness to get tips on how to live. You know, I have a Kelly McGillis poster on my wall now. Yeah, that's what I do now. If I came back to Brooklyn, I wouldn't know where the hell I am.
Yeah.
I'd be like, where's the tractor? Where's the butter? Where's the field of corn? I hung out near a field of corn with a bunch of melted butter yesterday, waiting for something to happen. Nothing happened. Nothing happened.
Now, I know that the lifestyle is very different in Pennsylvania. Like when you lived in anywhere in the city limits, you ran to your local. Well, I don't know if they were during COVID, but you went to your regular 24-hour bodega or whatever it was, and you went in there. It was creepy. It was there was a cat on top of the Wonder Bread. And but now you don't go to a local like one little thing. You go into town.
You go into town, and town is a very loose word. It's like saying act with you. Town is a very loose word because town is like 2 blocks, and town is like, and then they'll say things like, that are supposed to make it seem fancy because, we have a 7-Eleven now.
And a Turkey Hill.
Yeah, and a Turkey Hill. Right. Somebody told me the other day, we have a Turkey Hill. I said, well, I thought that was a location. I didn't know it was a store. I was like, you have a Turkey Hill? I was like, good. You could see a doctor. I don't know what the hell you're going to do
I
about
thought it was ice cream.
Exactly. When I first heard it, because I have the other half of my family that lives in Pennsylvania, because I see now this is where it's going to
Pennsylvania.
It's like Strasburg and other areas where everyone is.
I was asking to pretend like I knew.
Yeah.
I don't know where I am.
Now here's the thing where I find a little cool, and this is something I've said about my own family members. I always notice whenever you leave New York, you always move to Pennsylvania because you can no longer afford the luxuries of New York. But I do notice that once you move out, can't move back in.
You think so?
Unless for some reason you hit the lottery. Listen, unless you hit the lottery or you're really good at what I do with hand jobs.
Oh.
He's not that good.
In Pennsylvania.
But yeah, when I went to Pennsylvania to visit my family, like, we got a Turkey Hill. I was like, oh great, you went to we have a manufacturing plant for ice cream. Wonderful. And then their other version of town, it's a Walmart.
Yeah, Walmart, which is a thing. By the way, I never went to Walmart until I moved here because there's no Walmart in New York City. So I never went to a Walmart before. And even the Walmart here is slow. Like it's slow. The people are slow. They're too slow for me. I went to what did I go to today? There's a Dollar Tree around here. You know Dollar Tree?
Yeah.
So no, I'm used to the Dollar Tree. I'm used to the Dollar Tree. I'm used to the I'm used to the Dollar Tree. You won that argument. Well, you won that argument. But let's get some sour cream and chives for his head. The Dollar Tree on Flatbush Avenue was a regular Dollar Tree with cursing and black people. But around here, there's no cursing. There's no black people. Oh, I applauded by accident. I didn't even mean that. No, I didn't do that. But no. But it's like slow. Like I went in there to grab something. There was only one person in front of me. They were getting two things. It took 20 minutes because the lady at the register was talking and having a good time. And I was like, these runts gotta leave. And I cleaned up that word runt. I don't like it.
You did it very well.
Yes, thank you. But everything is a little slow here. The best part is really that there's nobody coughing and giving you the deadly sniffles. Around here, there's no cases.
Really, it's non-existent.
Maybe 3 in the whole
state.
Not the state.
You got to move back. I don't care what Bozy says. There's no way you're not going back to the city. No way.
But when I left, people were like that. They saw that was like a big deal to more people than it was to me. They were like, "You are New York." I said, "I'm New York." I said, "I should get a lot more money if I'm New York."
Yeah.
But okay, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
It'll bounce back.
Things are still closing. I mean, didn't they close all the comedy? Which
yes,
doesn't affect Bozy, but it affects people. It affects
you
comedians.
son of a bitch.
Look, his green screen went away when I mentioned comedy. His green screen went away.
Yeah, no, like you said, things are closed back up. They open, they close, they open, they close. You know, it's kind of like a Turkish whorehouse.
Yeah.
But other than that,
it's kind of like a Turkish whorehouse. Sure.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah,
so,
right. I came
whorehouse.
out, I got a rash, and muddy coffee. Yeah, that was great.
So now I did consider you like Mr. New York because, like I said, the way that your persona is, you know, I mean, you have the classic accent of a New Yorker. You have the attitude and the enlightenment of one. But I always got to kick. Listen, not many people like hear or take the time to enjoy your musical talent. Now, how did that start off? Were you always into singing, or what got you into that, or what have you been doing with it? I mean, elaborate, please.
Yes.
Great.
I was a singer before I was a comedian.
Okay.
I always.
Oh, you're a comedian. Oh, Jeff, he's a comedian.
Yeah. Hey, this is what it looks like. But I used to sing in like jazz clubs and stuff like that. Not really for money. I was young. I would sneak out and go to the jazz clubs at night and go to the city and go to the jazz clubs and sing songs with the bands and stuff like that. And then gradually over time got more into comedy. And then I don't consider them to be different though. Like a lot of people think they're different. I think music and comedy always have gone together, and they're always the same. And if you're, not to say that if you're good in one, you're going to be good in the other, but they do follow the same rules, you know, the rhythm and the.
It's kind of like how I can't sing or tell jokes.
There you go.
Well, that's a good analogy, actually. So, Charles, you're a jazz guy. You like jazz, right?
Yeah.
So, if I asked you, what do you think what do they consider the greatest jazz song of all time? What would your answer be?
Oh, Cocky in My Trousers. That's a great song. You ever hear Cocky in My Trousers? That's a great song. That was they sing that in the old age home here too in Pennsylvania. Cocky in My Trousers. It's heinous in my anus. It's a beautiful song. It's a holiday song, really. Yeah. Cocky in My Trousers.
Cocky
It's
in my
nutty. It's
khakis.
corny. You know how it is. Yeah.
Besides the cocky in your khakis, what do you consider the favorite?
Oh, my sphincter is hyper, so I have a full diaper. That's another big one. I'm never going to answer you seriously. But yeah,
But these are all good family songs.
Yeah.
Those are great songs, especially around the holidays and everything. Yeah.
Live,
Sure.
they're better live. I think the album doesn't do them justice. I think you have to see it perform live.
Live. It's like a Gallagher concert. It's great. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. Hey,
Messes
Jeff,
all over
it's
the
your birthday. How old are you now?
42.
Oh, okay, I'm going to be in October. I'm going to be 42 also.
All right. Look at that.
Young guys. You guys are young. Young.
Yeah, boy. Problem is, I
younger than
look older than him. That's the problem.
I would say so too.
I'm 33% older than you guys. It's not good.
Yeah, I think Rich looks a little younger than you too.
That's not.
But it
I'm not going
might
to debate
have
it.
to do. It might, everything. This is why I really like Jeff. I'm a fan of his speech and cadence and stuff like that. And even everything he does is sort of postured to fail. And this is why I like it. Because if you look at even
you were on his honeymoon?
He's the only one in the dark right now. Like his picture is the only one that's dark. And every time I've watched this show, I go, why is he in the dark? And I realize because he can't find the light.
And you're not talking about the lighting either. You just mean in general. He's just
both, a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Oh, it shines.
Oh, look at that 5 head. Ooh.
Oh, this is better.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Wow. Oh.
Wow.
Yes.
Uncle Festa.
Wow. Now he looks like one of them Right Zed Fred guys. Sexy for my shirt. Yeah. You look like one of the Bushwhackers, actually. Remember the Bushwhackers?
Yeah. No, he looks like somebody from Blue Man Group. Scary.
Okay. Enough of that stuff.
You look like Ugly Smurf.
Oh,
so you're
God.
42. Oh, you
Now,
are 42.
I am 42. So,
all right.
Yes,
and
that
did
was.
You get, what did you get? What did you want for your birthday, and did you get it? And otherwise, what did you get? Otherwise, I mean, other than a life, I know you're not going to get that.
I'll never get that.
Did you go to Chili's?
Yeah.
I did not go to Chili's.
Is it open?
It is.
It is.
Wow.
And didn't go.
My family refused to go with me. They gave me. I was able. What did I get? I got a Bob Ross bobblehead.
That's cool. I like Bob Ross.
Not a chia pet, a bobblehead.
Yes, and then a bobblehead. That
You should seriously consider putting that chia pet shit on your head as a bit, and maybe as a future thing for you, and see what happens throughout the show.
Maybe not as a bit,
Chia. So a card, and then to end off the evening, a cake with my name misspelled, but it's okay.
They misspelled Jeff. How do you misspell Jeff?
I don't know.
Can't you tell them there's no Q in Jeff?
Yeah, the Q is silent. Yeah. J.
He spelled Jeff. They spelled Jeff with a 7.
They turned the J into a Q.
Ah.
When the person didn't know how to script, I guess.
So your name is Queef.
Yes. Yeah. That's the problem with it. Yeah, my name was Queef for the day.
Or
So,
if you will, Pussyfot.
yes,
Which was my high school band, by the way.
Pussified.
Was it spelled wrong? Is the new question, Jeff? Maybe, just maybe.
Maybe you've been
listen.
spelling it wrong all along, and they finally spelled it right.
That's right.
You know, these are all great possibilities. None that I'll never even have the.
Great possibility.
Hey, Bose, why don't you tell our giant following
Oh.
about teespring.com?
All right, so we go into a little bit of ad time. If you go ahead and you go onto teespring.com, you can find many, many great items to purchase. Hey, listen, the holidays are just around the corner. And go ahead, you can purchase a lovely mug. You can also get T-shirts and some face masks where you can have no rhyme, no reason, or any other shows posted on these items. Go click on the tab and find your favorite show and purchase these items. Once again, they make great stuffing easy for me to say, stocking stuffers. Or if you plainly want to go ahead and annoy someone in your family with incidental bullshit. And back to you, Rich.
Beautiful. Phone cases. Look, coffee mugs. Jeff, tip
Condoms.
your head forward and show them what the Teespring haircut looks like. There you go. Yep. You can get one of those on the web.
For $6.
All you got to do is lose a bet.
That's right. Hey, Bose, real quick, I want to say hi to a few people listening.
Go ahead.
And let me emphasize the word few.
Oh, nice.
We got Joan Kupi
Kupi
Asher. We got Stevie GB, Will Sharon, Don Sill, Tim Saliani, Anthony Graziday.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
All he did was click on and click off.
Our
That's it.
buddy Mike Zimmelman. And evidently it's a sausage party tonight on
Now,
no rhyme, no
here's a quick thing though. I'm gonna make Goonan really depressed in about a couple of seconds.
You're going to take your shirt off.
Well, no, that would be a look of amazement on like how the hell does a man have an actual body of an orangutan? But moving on from that,
Why would you insult orangutans like that?
just before you moved?
What is an unnatural body of orangutan? You said a natural body. What is an unnatural body?
Before you moved, I forgot. I wanted to bring this up tonight. Before you moved, I went ahead. I was in hopes of bumping into you at the Govs radio thing, and I went ahead and I had this purchased. So now I have to ask your expertise. How long do these things last?
That's a good cigar? Like a handmade cigar? You should be fine with that. If you think it's going to go bad, put it in the refrigerator.
All right, because that's where it came from, and
Or
I brought
smoke
it out.
it. Don't.
No,
Are you saving that for Mr. Goonan?
I was going to say this for Mr. Goonan, so now I'm going to have to put this back in the fridge, and then whenever he decides to come back to New York,
Well, why don't you just drive to Pennsylvania? You're always in the truck. Do a flyby. You know.
yeah, because Pennsylvania is known as a state, not a town.
Oh.
Yeah, so and to find one person in that gigantic state is kind of a
Well, he looks like a kind of guy who
Oh, I'll
stands by the
scream my
side of
damn
the
head
road.
off.
it's like
I'm
oh,
over here!
Jeff! Jeff!
I'm waiting for you! So speaking of matches,
Yes.
before I left,
Yes.
I have a web series online called Tune Into Goonan,
love it.
which is basically the comedy version of my life, and starring me. And the last episode I did was while I was in quarantine in Brooklyn before I left, and a bunch of Governor's people are in it, but Jeff has a small part in it where he tries to light his fart.
I remember my star moment in that.
So I would invite everybody to
Were
check
you
those
successful,
out, especially
Bose?
that episode.
No, I was unsuccessful on catching it to engulf my entire anal canal on fire.
Sorry. Tough break sounds
My
like.
entire anal canal on fire.
He brought up earlier, and I don't know why I'm rehashing, where he said in Pennsylvania there's no black people. But in one of the skits on his Tune Into
I didn't mean to do that.
on one of his skits on Tune Into Goonan, I get such a kick out of where he goes, where the woman goes, "Are you trying to use your white privilege?" And so innocently, he sits there and goes, "No, can I use my white privilege?"
Yeah, it would be all right. And then she goes, no. So I go, what good is it then?
Yeah. if I gotta ask. What good
I
is
love
it?
that. I like. There's so many quick parts of it that just they shine out, and every time I don't know, I'm drawn to watch it, and it captivates me every single time.
So, what? Tell me a little bit about before you moved, when the city was still alive and kicking. What you were doing? You were doing shows and stuff. You were doing comedy, and you were doing musical stuff as well, correct?
Yes, I was doing. I had for a while a live show at the Broadway Comedy Club, and then I was actually working a lot on TV productions. This which has really sucked that everything closed down because I was making money as like a stand-in and stuff like that. And that's union work. I mean, it's not great, but you're not on camera, but you're making money for standing around and being fed, and it's a wonderful thing. But all that kind of stopped, and I was actually going to bring my stage show to the Little Room at Governor's. I was planning on doing that, my
Wow.
musical show, and I was talking about that and various other things. I was going to do an episode of Tuning to Goonin all about Governor's Radio. And I was talking about it with Tony Walker for a little while, and things just got busy for me that I couldn't do it. And then this happened, so I couldn't do it. But we'll see if we could do it sometime. But it would be interesting to sort of satirize everything that's going on. There's a lot of material there, and a lot of it is also the how serious people take it behind the scenes is what's very funny to me, and that's the type of stuff that I found very funny, And I now have this subplot of this, like there's a pathetic man. He has no life. He has no looks. He has no talent. And he almost makes it to the end of a round. But then this elderly lady just swoops in with her internet friends and takes away his chance. And we laugh and we laugh and we laugh. And we watch as his heart just breaks and falls apart. And we laugh and we laugh. I was planning it for Christmas time. It would have been great.
Wow. It almost sounds real. It sounds
It
like,
Almost sounds real.
Sounds like a documentary almost.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
So what did you
Oh yeah.
who was what got you started in this entertainment world? What did you do before? Like, did you have a regular?
It was court ordered. It was court ordered. I was told I wasn't allowed to be around people anymore unless I was performing
Right.
because I acted up to. So the judge said, "Don't touch anyone anymore unless you're going to run on the Democratic ticket, and don't touch anybody too deeply unless you're going to run on the Republican ticket." So I decided that I couldn't do that anymore, and I was too pretty for politics. So I decided to go right into show business, and that's how it happened. And ever since then, I've gotten dozens and dozens of fans.
Some of them have even come back twice. This is amazing.
Some of them have come back twice, not to the same place, but they've come back twice.
That's right. Did you have a regular sort of career before you got into the music and comedy? Did you have a regular man's 9-to-5 job?
A long time ago, I was working in special ed.
Oh,
which
so
sort of
that's how you know
prepares
Jeff.
It prepares you for all this.
Now I know why there's a sympathetic heart when it comes to Goonin talking to me.
There you go. Right. I could that's why you do what you do to like the retardeds. You go, oh yeah, you're gonna be a fireman. Sure, you could be a fireman. You go ahead, you tell those jokes. Oh yeah. Oh, it doesn't if they don't laugh, they're just holding it in as a silent tribute. You go right ahead. No, drool all over yourself. You're a superstar. You're a superstar. Oh, a full diaper. I could smell it. You're all right. Go right ahead.
Oh God.
It's
That
like
part
he's
is-
been, Bose, it's like he's been to one of our shows and he, without actually being there. It's amazing.
And he just saw me perform for that whole 7 minutes, and that was it. He's like, I summed up this guy's life all in his 7 minutes of his act.
So
Uh,
Are you guys able to, I think they shut everything down, right? There's no shows
we,
anymore.
we did a show about a month ago, I guess, right?
Yes.
by
That was
the patio.
before. Isn't that even before they shut everything down?
Just before
didn't
they
shut everything down again?
It was
before they shut it again.
Yes. So what happened was Cuomo said, "Be free. Everything is opened." And so he gave us that little sniff of a cock tease, and he was like, "No, close it all again." So we've gone ahead and had to deal with his tyrancy, but it's quite okay. Hopefully one day someone will dump a hot bucket of AIDS on him. But
Wait a minute. What? You create words that don't exist. You make up tyranny. That's not a word. You make up words that don't exist. I hear you say this all the time. You said it before, and it's almost a word. Like I know what you really mean.
Yes.
But like you're calling him a tyrant.
Yes.
So you're saying he's showing his tyranny.
Yes.
But that's not a word.
It could be. They made up several different words. Put them in there. They listen.
You're right.
They've added words to the Webster dictionary. They've
That's
gone ahead
right.
and added those
Oh
words.
man.
So why can't tyranny be added?
Tyranny.
It's hey, listen. You
It's
gotta
like
make
it's
up-
like playing Scrabble with a guy who just has the blank tiles. Posey just
Like-
just have
yeah,
at it.
that's right.
It's like I
it's
go
like-
ahead and I make the R into a B.
That's
you
all.
know.
It's shoot and pull with rope, is what it is.
You know.
But
Posey,
But now-
it's your show. You don't take any shit from the guests. When it comes to making up words, you do what you have
are
to
you
do.
are you kidding me? To go up against this guy, this guy's way too quick for me. And then again, anybody that's breathing is quicker than me.
We
But
had a
that's fine.
mannequin on 2 weeks ago that was too quick for you.
You had a mannequin in a roast battle and he won. Right?
No, wait. Oh, so Bose, we didn't even tell them about our you have two big events coming up on Pazuzu. You have you against the house plant,
Yes.
which right now
Is that a
Vegas
Tim
has,
Sariati?
Vegas has that as a pick'em. It's unbelievable. It's a pick'em in Vegas right now. So that's a close one. And then if and when the studio ever opens back up, Mr. Bosey and I are having a Pazuzu match. So that's
So
fun.
now, if you think about it, Goonan, I don't get to go ahead and dwell in shame not just once, but I get to do it twice.
Nice.
I think
you
the
get
house
to
plant
fail
could beat us
again.
both.
You know, it makes me want to go ahead and ask: is there a sale on rope over in the Walmart near you?
You're as funny as Jack Benny today in his current condition.
yes. Or all the greatest, like Jackie Gleason. I'm as funny as him today.
One of my favorites of all. Yeah, you're as funny as Jackie Gleason's ass tumor. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm loud. This is a place where like there's nobody, so sound travels. You know, I don't think they've heard the word cunt as much since I've lived here. 'Cause I walk down the street and like cunt, I say cunt like a British person. I say it normal, like every day. What is this cunt? Oh, this cunt cigar. And I know, and there's little children all around, but they got to learn sometimes.
Right.
Yeah.
Now you know why I don't work at the schools anymore.
That would account for a lot.
Well, it's Pennsylvania. I mean, it's probably not frowned upon as much as you think.
Now, I have to admit, I did not take into account Goonan's singing ability or his love for music, only till when I caught he was on a live walking with a certain gentleman about 2 years ago. It was around the time of December. It was nice and cold and frigid, and they were just walking through. But I mainly paid attention to the one person, which was Mr. Goonan, and just walking through the streets of Manhattan, singing Christmas carols.
So you mean not the fat one?
Not the fat one, no, not the one that stood about 3 feet taller than you, and
Right. Well, that's not difficult.
and also in width. But nevertheless, yes. But like I said, it was only to that point. So like about 2 years ago, you guys were just walking through the city, and
That other fella is a high school dropout.
Oh, really?
The floor caved in. He's fat. Thank you.
Try the veal.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
You mean we didn't even go ahead and attempt for like the good enough diploma?
If Cuomo saw this, he'd shut things down all over again.
But like I said, it was just that I just noticed that you have such a passion and love for singing. It's really amazing. And also, thank you for my own personalized request song that you were able to bellow out a couple of months back. So
There's an old Russian song I love. I like different songs from different cultures and stuff. There's a Russian song that goes like this. Pisanya, pisanya, pisanya. In Russian, it means I love ya. If I had my way, I'd pisanya all day. Pisanya, pisanya, pisanya.
I love it. That's another family classic.
That's another family classic, yeah.
These are definitely
Golden.
songs you want to. These are definitely songs I want to go ahead and gather the kids around the Christmas tree and say, "Hey, you ready for another one of these? We'll break out the old record player."
How many children do you have?
I have two.
And are they elementary age, junior high school age?
No, this is where we go ahead and we say, "Wow, Jeff is definitely on the spectrum and kind of stupid." One will be 21 and one will be 8.
So you had them when you were like 5.
Pretty much.
Wow.
It was like
There was
someone.
nothing on TV those nights.
No Cobra
Not even
Kai.
not even the Saturday morning cartoons can console me.
No Cobra Kai
Wow.
back then.
And
Terrible.
so- yeah, I was gonna say you could have watched the original Karate Kid. You could have waxed off for a while instead of
Exactly.
yeah. Wow. Okay, so
I tried to sand the floor, but go ahead.
they're going to college then, the college age.
Well, the 21-year-old is somewheres in the non-school area. Where that is, I don't know. And then
You don't know where your kid is. Your kid abandoned you.
no,
Had-
like
so-
you
oh,
listen,
he saw your act.
exactly. Like you know, when that commercial comes on, it's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are? And I'm still going. Don't know.
Saw your act and
Right.
then said, "I want to be emancipated. I'm out."
I always get a kick out of them. It's like my son sits there and he knows that his father's like going down the line of doom, and I go, I'm going out tonight. Are you going to comedy again? And I go, yeah. He goes,
So
Yeah.
he speaks Hebrew.
yes. I don't know where the Jewish side comes from, but yet he's able to go ahead and pronounce it for syllable.
Have they seen you do comedy?
They have they saw bits and clips, and they conclude on how everyone else views me, including our audience and the two fine gentlemen in front of me. You're not funny.
They
No,
don't.
you're-
but you know what it is?
you are funny.
Your family
I
never likes you.
disagree.
Your
I
family never
disagree. I
liked
think
you.
you're funny.
My family's not a fan of my stuff either. So it's it's
Yeah,
the
no,
same.
it's just at a point of where, like, I'm detested everywhere I go. So even when I walk in the door, it's kind of like, good. The check was still good this week. Thank God. You can come in the front door today.
So Bose,
Wow.
when I first started doing shows, I used to get a lot of people coming to the shows, and now they'll buy tickets, but they're like, "Is it? You just have to sell tickets, right? We don't have to actually go to the show anymore, right?" But whatever. So I'll sell 12, 15, 18 seats, but 6 people will show up.
How does that zoo taking your kids to the zoo joke end?
Oh,
I know
is it-
not with
Bose,
laughter.
is
It
that the
doesn't
one with
end
the
laughter.
dinosaur?
No,
with the
no,
bag?
after.
It-
What?
The dinosaur?
No. Oh, no. In the beginning of the joke, that's in the beginning of the joke. Near the end of the joke, it's pretty much to the point of where I'll give the quick. So we get over to the aquatic section, and I lean over to my kids and I say, "You see, the fish are kind of like mommy, swimming around through life, never going to accomplish anything." So we get over to, and usually I get an own and a groan from all the women in the audience, which is typical
Both of them.
because they just heard me speak. Then I say, "Calm down. There's 20 more miles with the zoo." And I was like, then finally we get over to the gorilla section. And my wife turns to the kids and said, the gorillas are kind of like daddy, big and strong, sitting around the house, scratching his ass all day. So that's the instance for it. And you want to know what? That same reaction that you're giving now is every audience member every time.
Wait, but you didn't put a punchline at the end of it?
It was the whole thing of where the wife got back at me.
See, I thought they were gonna be like, the gorillas are just like daddy, not funny.
But this one's bald. He's got an infection. We're going to put him down in 3 weeks. Just enough until we close the zoo for Christmas.
The gorillas are like daddy. So what do you
Holy
got?
shit.
So Mr. Gooden, what do you got coming up? Are you optimistic about anything you're going to be doing in the near future? Like, is there or is it just online stuff at this moment?
It is mostly that at the moment because everything's closed around here too. But it's kind of like appropriate to be closed around here. New York, it's weird when things are closed because you're supposed to be on top of each other. You're supposed to be out doing things. So I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff here. I got a musical I'm writing actually that I've been able to get back to doing because I'm here.
Is it like
And actually
Hamilton?
It's George Hamilton. It's about George Hamilton.
Nice.
It's about trying to get the perfect tan, and
good, yeah.
that's what it's really about. And so I'm doing that, and I'm going to be doing a lot of other videos and stuff coming up too. And I'm going to do probably another episode of Tune Into Goonin about being here.
I
Now, are
can't
you
wait
besides being a vocalist, do you play instruments of any kind?
I play the kazoo. I should have brought it. It's inside. I'm not gonna go get it. But yeah. I play the kazoo. That's it. I can play the keyboard a little bit. That's where I compose on.
Okay.
But I really can't. I really can't. No, I really can't play an instrument.
So who does your when you're putting a musical together? Who does your arrangements then?
Orchestrate? You have to get somebody to do it. Yeah, you have to get somebody to orchestrate it. And basically, what you do, like when I wrote songs for my stage show, because some of the songs I write are parodies, but a lot of them, especially for the stage show, were original songs. And some of them I put away for a while, and they're actually on my YouTube, scenes from those shows and stuff that I put away because the show was a little naughty, and for a while I had the idea I wanted to be clean, which is ridiculous. So I probably put those back up. One of the songs from my show is just called Vagina, and I do it again in the last episode of Tune Into Goonin, and I play the kazoo actually. If you watch the last episode, I put the link in your chat. Shameless promotions and
Self.
it's
Or
in
did you take lessons for the kazoo?
I took lessons. I studied with Dr. Fedora. I studied with him.
Wow.
Why is Dr. Fedora a Nazi bastard? Like, why does he speak like a Nazi bastard? Like, I understand the fedora, that makes him Fedora, but why is he also like a Nazi
Because
bastard? Why is he
I can't get, for some reason, if I could get my hands on a monocle, but for some reason I always find like whacked out doctors are usually out of Germany for some reason.
Wait, the monocle makes him less of a Nazi?
Yeah. I was trying to figure what that was. Like, if I can make him into Colonel Klink, it's okay. But somehow
If I can make him racist.
Yeah.
mass genocide is okay if you got a fedora on. It doesn't make it so bad.
If he could just squint, one eye, then he would be less racist.
Yeah, let's go back to what I asked him. Why is the character a Nazi? He's like, I can't get my hands on him. What is that? What kind of answer is that?
I mean, what other direction should we have gone? Should we have gone with my my clear?
Who's we? You had a committee for this?
Me,
you did a focus group for this. Should I make him a Nazi or a KKK guy? I think the KKK, I got to buy the hood, but I want to be seen because I'm on camera. So I'll make him a Nazi bastard. But what would make him okay? A fedora. That'll make him all right. I just wish I could get my hands on a monocle.
Yeah.
And that's the exact conversation that goes on in my head.
Wow.
And that's what's going on in those headphones?
Verbatim.
Are you listening to Hitler's
Actually,
teachings?
hold on. This just came in. Carla Oakins had said, Jeff's comedy is the reason why clubs are closed down in New York. Wow. And also, just a sin. It's tyranny, you dummy Bosie. Okay, well, that concludes our comment section. Thank you, everybody.
Your fan club is bigger every week, Jeffy.
Yes, it is. Why it went in the route of some weird Belgium idiot, I have no idea. But for some reason, it decided to go.
Now he's Belgium. Look how he backpedaled. He doesn't want to be a Nazi. He's Belgium. He makes waffles.
Before you're in Schindler's List, and now you're Belgium.
Yeah. Now he makes waffles.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I had to make him a little bit nicer. Come on, we all can't sit there and
fedora. Yeah. Look, if only you remember when they went to the Nuremberg trials and most of the Nazis were like, if I only had a monocle.
Yeah. You know what?
I made the Nazi a Jew, by the way.
How many times you'd go to Auschwitz for a nice waffle breakfast? I mean, fantastic place. Good setting. Love it.
Listen, I'm reminded of that scene in Indiana Jones and say, this is how we say goodbye in Belgium. And then for some reason, the other guy goes, und that's the way we say goodbye in Germany.
Wow.
So I decided to go ahead and make sure he was like a little bit nice, a little bit like, you gotta make it nice, nicey nice with the.
And you got more of that coming up on Don Sill's show, right?
Yes, I have. If you notice, I've gone ahead and I've reneged on trying to do a top 5 because you want to know what? Listen, my top 5 is wake up and not be dead. Make sure I put my pants on. Make sure I've peed and zipped up in the process.
In that order.
Yes. Put my shoes on and walk out the door safely. So those are my top 5. And then I have to add another top. It just doesn't work. Doesn't work whatsoever.
Have you thought of doing your stand-up going forward just doing your set exclusively as Dr. Fedora?
I want to be able to get booked again.
Oh, but that's not happening. Look, you need a monocle. You need a monocle. You need to do your act just as you normally do it, but with a monocle.
With a monocle.
You
have
know,
to look
I
like
love-
Mr.
Because
Peanut.
you know what? Your head, the way your head is shaped, you look like the plant is peanut.
No, my daughter said it best. I look like a potato. You know what I like? I like the fact that you're in such a prime location. Your area is given the exact reaction that's needed for whenever I try to say something funny. You ready?
I actually have crickets. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. I was like, sitting there like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Hey, fellas,
Yes.
we got about 4 or 5 minutes left, so I want to
Yes.
make sure we get more harassing of Mr. Bosey in. But is there anything you would like to tell us about your, near future of performances, Mr. Goonan?
Yes, so check out Super Goonin. That's my YouTube page. I'm going to be putting stuff up there, more stuff up there. Videos and stuff will be coming out. I'm going to be doing a particular series of skits for Don Sill's show coming up soon that we just spoke about recently that I'm not going to mention, but it's going to be nice and fun and everything like that.
Is one of them a sex scene with Benny Rizzuti?
No, because that's too much cheese. Way too much cheese, and I'm lactose intolerant. That's why I couldn't be an astronaut. Because if I got to that moon, all the green cheese would give me the shits.
Oh my God.
So you're doing a little Pazuzu.
I'm going to be doing a series of. I'm going to be doing a character. Yeah, I don't want to talk about. It's going to be funny. It's going to be
All
good.
right.
And I just thought, and I will put you on the spot here, Jeff.
Oh, of course. Why not?
I think that the next Tune Into Goonin should have a character named Dr. Fedora at some point involved, because you're much more interesting when you're not you.
Story of my life. Story of
Yeah.
my-
Wait, Jeff,
Yes.
are you
Do you ever
doing
put the hat on with your wife?
Jeff? Are you doing Dr. Fedora tonight on another show?
No. I don't even have the hat with me. Sorry.
Oh, I
No.
thought you were on with Chris.
No. Yeah, no, I am, but that's something totally different. We don't even have to. That has nothing to do with my Dr. Fedora.
What show are you on tonight?
No, there's another podcast I got Wimps to weigh into, and I'm going to be doing.
You
And
got
she's-
what? You got wimps to weigh in? What kind of word is that? Where does
You love it? You love it? I'm going to come up with a whole bunch. I'm going to make my own dictionary, and it's
I
going to be
feel-
it's going
I
to be
feel-
the Polish version.
I feel frangulated and goobalabadized.
Oh boy. Well,
Okay, fine.
Welcome
I'll use the
to my
right word.
Tuesdays.
Whisked away. Okay, I know the correct word, but I like.
You're going to be on whose show are you going to be on? Are you allowed to say?
a Pazuzu finalist.
Yeah. Yes. A Pazuzu finalist has another comedian is having a podcast.
The
So
one,
if you want to go ahead.
the one who won against the person you lost to.
Very good. Wow.
Because I was a judge for that one too.
Yes. Wow, you have such a great, remarkable memory of things. Look at that. It's
Yeah.
astonishing.
You should the whole episode should be you telling her she didn't deserve it and it should be you. That'd be good. But do it with a monocle so it's not so bad, you know?
Exactly. Or like,
So you're
like
less,
do a Groucho,
so you're
like,
less racist. Yeah, put the monocle in. So nice.
Yes.
So Bose,
My N-word ends with a soft R when I wear a monocle.
Bose, we got about a little under a minute left before we
Yes.
got to sign off for this week on No Rhyme No Reason. But Mr. Goonan, I want to thank you for joining us, and as always, open invitation whenever whenever things aren't too crazy in Hersheytown over there, and you want to hop on, feel free.
Well, I always, like I said, once again, I also enjoyed having Goonan on tonight. He's always an amazement in my my eyes and my ears, and completely funny, completely amazing and talented. And right about now, his head got about 2 inches bigger because I said all those things. So
I
moving
need
on.
all the inches I can get. Man. I can't get on any. Hershey Park is right here, and I'm not allowed on any of the rides.
Nice. Well, thanks again for hopping on with us. We appreciate it. Mr. Bosey, hopefully next week when I see you, your hair will be longer or at least surpass your scalp.
Well, something for you to pull on when I'm giving a blowjob. Got it.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
This,
Thanks for tuning in,
this
people.
is so. I thought it ended with a rant of his. I thought he was going to rant about his monocle.
We used
but
rant time,
instead-
so
I used up my rant time to. It was on Cobra Kai.
yes, it was on Cobra Kai. So
Oh, okay.
have a good week, fellas.
Everybody, take care. Goonan, thank you for joining us.
Thank
All right,
you,
take
Mr.
care. I'll
G.
see you next time.